across or over. Sometimes we think of a place or position which is on the other side of something. Then we use across or over. Where is this children's bookstore? It is just across or over the street. When we think of moving to the other side of something, we use across or over. It is across the bridge. You need to go across or over the bridge to reach the shopping complex. In some cases, we use only across and not over. It took us an hour before we could finally come across the street. It means we found the street. It is interesting to note that to come across can mean two things. If I say, finally, I came across the street, with a pause after finally, I mean I found the street at last. But if I say the same with a pause after came, it means I came crossing the street. Many things are conveyed through stress, pause, and intonation in English. The result of the election will be telecast across the country. Here, it means all over the country. In certain cases, we may use all over, but not all across. There was a mega art workshop in the stadium. Wonderful works of art can be seen all over the place. The cat knocked down the glass and the milk spilled all over the floor. Along. We use along to indicate an action taking place in a line or when it continues for the length of something. They have provided a path for people to walk. You should walk along the cobbled path and not on the lawn. We can use it to mean to move forward. Although it was a tough job, we managed to go along with it. It could also mean together with something or someone. It was dark and the path was lonely, so I asked him to go along with me. Through. When something happens in a three-dimensional space, we describe it with the preposition through. It was quite an adventure going through Jim Corbett National Park. The lights went off when our train was going through a tunnel. We also use through when we talk about a bulk of work. It will take a month's time to go through these assignments, so we can't take up any additional work. They went through the book of instructions and found that there were provisions for employees' welfare. The preposition through also means continuous in some cases. It is better to take a through flight to Beijing. You will be saving time. Through also means completed when used twice as through and through. We have been through and through this file looking for any evidence and we have found nothing. Above or over. To compare two things which are at different levels, where one is placed higher than the other, we use above. We pitched our tents at an altitude of 15,000 feet, which is just above the tree line. We can also say, the cloud is moving over the hill. In the desert, the mercury rises above 50 degrees Celsius in summer. We can also say, the mercury has risen well over average temperature. The preposition above is also used to mean of a greater value. The Rotary International has declared service above self as their motto. When we are referring to something that is directly above another, or something that covers the other, or is hovering over the other, we use the preposition over. The pied kingfisher flies over the lake, hovering like a helicopter, and then suddenly plunges into the water to catch a fish. The Siberian cranes reach the Indian plains flying over the lofty mountains. Over can be used to mean all parts of. Our present project is to study the spread of Parthenium weed over the southern peninsula. Over can be used to mean medium of communication. The swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed ministers was telecast over the national channels. Over is used as a prefix in a number of words such as overactive, overconfident, overcrowded, and so on.